everyone. Lottie and I would love to welcome you back to our kitchen, which is pretty much the same kitchen as it was yesterday, but today is New Year's Day, so it's the 1st of January 2020. So welcome everyone, welcome back to the kitchen. It's lovely to have you here with us. So yes, it's Happy New Year today, isn't it? Very strange. Well, when actually it's just another day, really, truth be told, without all the hype and all of that stuff about New Year's Eve. So it's Wednesday, and I went to work last night, so you'll have to excuse my brain, which I know you do have to do most of the time anyway, but it's always a bit worse on a Wednesday because, you know, I work overnight and get home at sort of 6:30 in the morning, then have a bit of a sleep, and then I try to be an awake human being, which is quite tricky. But so that's the state I'm in, and but I did want to come and say hello. I've been wanting to make a video for the last few days, and just, I don't know, one thing and another, I just haven't got round to it. And also there are days when I really don't feel like making a video. I'm not sure why that happens, because as soon as I ever start making a video, you know you can't shut me up. That last video was an indicator of that. It was so long. I'm very sorry. But I'm glad that, you know, my rusted on lovely friends still watched. I appreciate that. And if you did and got right to the very end, which I know for a fact that a few of you did, you heard me talk about my evil plan. And I think my evil plan is going to go ahead because I'm excited to do it. And the thing is, it's not very evil. I just threw that in to be silly. But what I'd like to do is dress Lottie in rompers, because rompers are my most favourite outfits. She's not wearing one now. I'll tell you about this outfit in a second. And so I thought I might just try the next, I don't know how many videos, because I won't be able to make videos every day or even every second day, but I'll do them as often as I can. And I probably won't say a lot, because if I'm making tons of videos, there won't be a lot for me to sort of bore you with, will there? So my evil plan is to make videos and use as many of Lottie's gorgeous rompers as I can. Of course, I'm stuck on which one to use first. I've been looking through her rompers and I just can't decide. And actually, it doesn't matter, does it? Because if I'm going to show them all to you, or even just half, it really won't matter where I start. And I thought, I don't know if this will work. I have a little plan for a sort of, I don't know what you would call it, because I don't think we're meant to be doing giveaways anymore. But I would like to, I don't know, maybe at the very end after I've shown enough rompers to have kind of voting. Which one did you like the most? And the romper that gets the most votes on, I choose a name and send out a gift. So I have to work on that and see. It may not work at all. So anyway, that might come at the very end of my evil plan. We'll see. And this outfit is what I wanted to show you before the year turned into 2020. So I wanted to show you it in 2019, and it just didn't happen. It's actually a, how do you say it? Jacquardie. I think that's how you say it. Because I always used to say jacquardie. That sort of seems easier for me for some reason, but it's all the vowels are the same length, so it's jacquardie. And it's secondhand. I got it from eBay, and I've been watching it for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. And about a month ago, I made an offer, and it was counted, which is so weird because you make your best offer. This is the way I look at it. I make my best offer. I don't want to come up from there. That is my offer, full stop. Anyway, they seem to counter it now, and I just said, oh no, that's okay, thanks very much. And then I didn't take it off my watch list, didn't think about it. And then the other day, or last week or something, I don't know when it was anyway, I noticed it was still there, so I threw in my very low offer again, and this time it was accepted, and so I ended up buying this sweet thing. It's actually a dress with, I'll show you, it's got a romper underneath. Not a romper, your bodysuit, you know, one of those attached things underneath. So she's very neat. It's just a pale blue cotton, and it's got white, the outline It's not just the outline. It's got white rabbits that are they look as though they're stamped on the top. They're not really, or maybe they are. Anyway, when I go on and on like that, it's silly, isn't it? It doesn't matter. They're just white rabbits, sort of in profile, facing one way or the other. At least none of them are upside down. Thank goodness for that, because that really drives me mental. When they print fabric now, they print it all the, say they're animals on the fabric. They print some of them upside down, some of them the right way, so that you don't have to match anything when you're cutting out the pattern. When I learnt to sew when I was young, you had to make sure that the fabric was, matched both ways. When you join two pieces together, you had to make sure that the top was the top and the bottom was the bottom, because the pattern was always in one direction. But by making animals, higgledy-piggledy, some upside down and some not, it doesn't matter how they cut the fabric and how they sew it together, because you won't be able to tell if it's upside down or not, because it's all sort of upside down and all sort of the right way. And that's a way of saving a lot of fabric. You don't waste as much. You can, mix and match and slot the shapes in very easily. But I don't like it. I really don't like it, especially when sometimes you might see something, excuse me, and say the front of it has got more upside down than the right way. And I just think, I don't like it. Don't like it. Anyway, so this isn't made like this little outfit, little cotton dress, and it just comes to a gather around her neck. It's got a self-binding around it, and then it's got these kind of little split sleeves that are sort of like butterfly sleeves or angel wing sleeves, and they're split. I'll show you. See that? Can you see that one down there? That's the back of it. It's just the same as the front, but it's split across the top. And it's edged in beautiful little rickrack, just white rickrack. It's very cute, and I'm pleased I got it for next to nothing, because it would have cost a lot of money when it was new. And it was in perfect condition. Only thing is that because it's just cotton, it needs ironing, which actually I love ironing. But if you had a real baby, there's no way in the world that you would. Well, you might put it on for a very special occasion, but I honestly doubt you would use it more often than that. Because who wants to be, washing and ironing baby clothes alone? I guess when you don't have a baby, it's wonderful, because the delicateness and the details are just fun. But, not with a real baby, because you'd be standing at the ironing board all day and not looking after your baby. But anyway, so it's a very cute dress, and she's actually got socks by Jacquardie that I bought on sale once a long time ago, and they're white. There's a little, and they're fold-down ones, and there's a bit of a pattern, just a self pattern in the fold-down bit, and then around the edge it's just a pale blue scallop that is the identical blue of her dress. I was going to put shoes on her originally, and I went through my shoes. I knew I had a pale blue pair, but the blue was completely wrong. And then I looked at booties, and all the blues were wrong. It's just incredible, isn't it? And not wrong enough that I could put them together, but only wrong enough to look terrible together. So that's why she's got her white socks with the blue trim, which actually, you would think they were, I don't know what year either of them came from, but they certainly match. Maybe Jacquardie always uses the same blue. I don't know. It's kind of just a light blue. And for a change, I put a giant bow in her hair. Now, I usually only like the little bows on her, but I just felt like it, and I think it looks really cute. It's just some ribbon that I use sometimes to tie around the outside of the blankets when I pack babies to send them off, and there was a bit left, so she's got it tied around her little noggin. I think it looks really cute like that. It's not the identical blue, but it's okay. It's not uncomfortable to look at, and we can all survive that, I think. Well, I can. And if I can, probably anybody can, because I am super silly about some things. So at least you know about my evil plan now. I didn't tell you anything about the time. It is now 5:30 on Wednesday afternoon, and it's a cool day, honestly. It's just like heaven out there. There's a light breeze. Unfortunately, there's also smoke and haze, but because the fires are really bad at the moment, it's just shocking. As I was driving to work last night, it was sort of about 11:15 at night, and my journey only takes 11 or 12 minutes. And that whole time I was just listening to my local radio station, and it was all about the fires and what to do and where they are and which roads are closed, and where, if you're in a certain town, then you can't leave anymore, you just have to stay because all the roads are blocked and the fires are crossing the roads. And it's just awful, awful, awful. But yesterday was so hot. In the shade, I had a look at what the temperature was on my thermometer, and it was 39 degrees in the shade. So I didn't take the thermometer out to the sun because I'd just been hanging out washing and then bringing it in. But it was probably about 44 out there in the sun. It was absolutely boiling. And I did remember to look up the temperature before I came on, and 39 degrees C is about 100.4 degrees Fahrenheit. So that was in the shade. But then when I was coming home this morning, it had dropped by about 20 degrees C, a lot. It was down to 19, which is just beautiful, and all day it's been lovely, even though it's probably like 24 or something like that. It's a bit grey, and just the light breeze has just made it heavenly. So that was really a nice change. It did turn the wind around. It was a big southerly, very windy change that came through. So I don't know if that made the fires worse or better. I hope it made them better. I hope it blew them back on themselves, because if you can manage to do that, it burns the fire out, because fire can't burn where it's already been. There's nothing left to burn. Anyway, that's an old, sad, ongoing story, isn't it? So I went to work last night, and it was, it's hard. It's a hard time of year for a lot of people, because New Year's really isn't, it's just from one day to the next, but everyone has expectations, and they make promises to themselves about how much better their lives are going to be, or how much better they're going to be. And people who aren't, who haven't had an easy time, find it a very difficult time of year to get through. Christmas can be disappointing, and then New Year's Eve can be disappointing. I was sad last night. It was hard to be at work. Hard and good. It's always a bit like that. It's good to be there, and to be there for people who need to talk, but it's also, it makes my heart really heavy sometimes. So it was a bit like that last night. But we get looked after at work, very, very well supervised and supported, and it's very good environment to work in. So I have all of those advantages. It's okay. And some nights are just harder than others. That's just the nature of the beast, isn't it? Now let me think. Shall I just stop so you can all have a break from my voice? I suppose I could. I was just going to, maybe I'll quickly tell you, I am expecting a doll to come sometime this year. I don't know when, and it's nothing to do with reborns, because I am a doll collector. Reborns are another form of doll for me, and I absolutely love dolls. They just fascinate me. It's the magic of them. It's the sculpting of them. It's just the way that you can look into their face, and I don't know what it is. It's just something about dolls that I absolutely have always loved and still do. So anyway, I ordered this doll 2.5 years ago. Had to go on a list, so it's not like I ordered it. I just got my name put on a list for an artist to paint it. There are only a few artists who have permission to do this painting on the doll, and it's a very beautiful doll, but it's a very pretty doll. And I like pretty dolls, but I also like edgy dolls. I like all sorts of dolls, but this one's pretty, so I know the size that she's going to be. It's a standard size. So I've had to stock up a little bit on a few pairs of teeny tiny leather shoes. So I'm very excited for whenever she comes, and I'll definitely absolutely show her to you when she does come, but who knows when. It's like, how long is a piece of string? At some time this year I will have her. And so on that note, I think I might say goodbye to you all, and thank you so much for being here, and also to those brave people who watched my last video. Even if you didn't watch it all, it was nice that you made an attempt. So thank you very much. And next time you see Lottie, she will be in a romper, and I'll have to make a very big decision about which one to put on her first. But I hope you've enjoyed seeing her and have liked my beautiful kitchen in 2020. Not that you see the kitchen, but and not that it's any different to what it was in 2019, in fact. But anyway, I'll stop now. My dear, dear friends on YouTube, thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you soon-ish. I don't know when, but very soon with Lottie in a romper. So in the meantime, my dear friends, take care and be kind to each other. Bye-bye.